In this week's Training Minute, we will address resilience in the workplace. The objective of this minute is to identify the processes of ACT to better manage difficult moments in a professional context. Resilience, the ability to bounce back from difficulties, is essential in an ever-changing professional environment. Acceptance and commitment therapy, ACT, a method used in psychotherapy, can help employees better cope with professional challenges without becoming discouraged. ACT consists of 6 processes, which we will explore through an example featuring Paul, a shy employee who dislikes public speaking. He finds himself tasked by his manager to lead an important meeting with clients. Faced with this responsibility, Paul begins to feel nervous. However, he puts the ACT method into practice to manage his anxiety. 1. Acceptance. The first process, acceptance, involves experiencing emotions without trying to avoid them. Thus, in Paul's case, he acknowledges his feelings of anxiety without judging them. He knows it's usual for him to feel this way in such a situation and that he doesn't need to fight against his emotions. 2. Cognitive diffusion. Cognitive diffusion involves detaching oneself from negative emotions by considering them as thoughts rather than facts. For example, instead of saying, "I'm not capable of leading this meeting," Paul transforms his thought into, "I think I'm not capable of leading this meeting." 3. Being present. Being present means paying full attention to the present moment rather than being overwhelmed by worries about the future. By focusing on what he can do here and now, Paul manages to reduce his anxious thoughts about his future performance. 4. The observing self. Concept of the observing self involves stepping back from one's thoughts and emotions, observing them without identifying with them. When Paul feels a surge of anxiety thinking about the meeting, he tries to see himself as an observer of his own experiences. 5. Personal values. Values provide a guiding line for meaningful actions. In Paul's case, he focuses on the importance of contributing to his team's success. By remembering why this meeting is important for him and his colleagues, he finds deeper motivations to overcome his anxiety. 6. Committed action. The ACT method reinforces actions that are aligned with values by setting goals. For Paul, this translates into preparing his notes and practicing his presentation. During the meeting, whenever he feels anxious, Paul applies the principles of acceptance and cognitive diffusion and refocuses on his values and goals. The processes of ACT can be challenging to implement at first, as they often require a shift in perspective and behavior. However, these processes can be integrated into daily life with perseverance. We have now reached the end of this week's Training Minute. See you next week. For more information on our training courses, visit our website at actualisation.com or reach us at 1-877-688-0101. Actualisation, training and consulting since 1970.